So I'll try to rephrase this. I'm going to reframe, and I'm just going to be totally honest with you. I will never be able to convince you of my worldview.
You won't.
I know. But the reason is not because I'm not a great orator, or I don't make good points, or I haven't said things which should be compelling to a person. But Charlie, I just think, honestly, you're too fucking stupid to understand them.
So, Andrew, can I sell you on my worldview?
Yes.
Your wife has 3 baby daddies and has been married twice before.
And you
you
lick sniz.
Under your religion.
You lick sniz.
What is that?
You're a fucking dyke. Don't talk shit about my wife, you stupid bitch. Shut your fucking mouth. Shut your stupid bitch mouth.
Oh, shit. Your wife with the 3 baby
What did
daddies?
I just say? Dyke?
Your wife with the 3
Sorry,
baby
I'm
daddies?
sorry, dyke. Is she morally inconsequential in comparison to your ditch licking?
Do the men that you try to...
Do the women that you try
show
to...
your hatred against...
Do the women that you try
convince
to...
them that they shouldn't,
You know, Charlie, did I bring...
women? Do they know
Charlie,
that
did I bring
wife
your
is 5
family...
years older?
Did I bring any of your
You
family
called
into
me fucking
anything?
stupid.
Did I
You
say
called
anything
me
about
fucking
your
stupid.
family being stupid, Charlie?
You could.
It's
You could
because
go
I'm
for it.
better than you, Charlie.
No, it's because you're embarrassed, and you know that...
Yeah, I was going to see how long you could go. I heard an audible. Oh shit.
Oh my! Well, like this clip is amazing. I see everyone's
now you
sharing
know
it.
why everyone's sharing it. Holy
It's like
shit.
a roller coaster. Because so it starts off. He's like, "You're stupid," and you're like, "Okay."
Now, is he
Sure.
not going for the viral clip there? He totally is.
Yes, 100%. Like you're just a dumb bimbo idiot. And then she's like, she brings up. Which, first of all, I don't know anything about Andrew Wilson's bio.
I'm
whatsoever.
learning a lot.
I didn't know anything
I'm
about
definitely learning a lot.
So he's married to a woman now who has 3 baby daddies. So she has 3 different children at a minimum with 3 different guys.
I think Andrew is the third.
Okay. So 2 different guys. That's a lot. Okay. That's a lot.
That's a
First of all,
lot to take in.
That's one way of saying it. Yeah.
I mean, you taking it in, just the information.
I don't have 2 or 3 baby daddies, so I haven't taken anything like that in, nor have I expelled anything like that out. Okay. So that's a lot. Like for a normal person, that would be a lot to take in. But then it's worse for Andrew Wilson because so much of the conversation on whatever podcast, so much of the conversation that he's been involved in is all like, oh, these women are all sluts and harlots and terrible people and blah, 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 blah. Why is it like all these red pill guys? I feel like they're almost always hypocrites at the end of the day.
I don't know that Andrew Wilson is a red pill guy.
He definitely is in one of those. I guess he's not.
The Whatever podcast definitely has a bunch of red pill guys that watch. And look, as someone who's looking for a wife, I mean, do you really? So a woman that has 2 kids from previous guys, previous marriages, or previous boyfriends, whatever, that's not going to be high on your list of marriageable material, correct?
I mean, how hot is she?
Look, that plays in. Obviously, that's part of it.
Question.
That's part of it. That's
Okay.
another thing.
How hot is she?
People tend to marry the person that is the best option that they have, right?
Mm-hmm.
So look, I don't want to disparage anybody. If it was somebody else in Andrew Wilson's situation where they were marrying a woman who has kids from 2 previous marriages, look,
Right.
I'm not going to frown on that. Look, everybody does the best that they can in the marriage market, the best that they possibly can. And I'm not the type of person to disparage people because I think that because I'm judgmental of their situation. I don't think that's fair. But Andrew Wilson is judgmental of a lot of people's situation, I think.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
that's the issue, because you're right. It was just some like random person. Maybe you'd make fun of it if you're just being like mean. You're just being mean.
I'm not a mean person
right?
like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course we're never mean like that.
Only if they charge is hypocrisy here. That's the
nice.
charge. That is the charge.
The Sitch and Adam comedy show. What do you mean? You've never done anything like this.
Look,
Never
I'm
been
happy.
mean
I am
before.
happy when people can find love, right?
Okay.
People do the best that they can. I don't like it when people check out. They give up. They say, "Look,
Right.
no one's good
I
enough.
agree.
I'm going to be alone for the rest of my life."
I
okay.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Okay.
So I just want to make that clear.
Yes.
Right?
You've made it clear. Okay. No, but I agree with you. As I'm saying, like, yes, I think that if someone was like that situation and they had nothing, their politics had nothing to do with that issue whatsoever. Yeah, like you can make fun of it, you could be mean, but it wouldn't be like a something. I'd be like, whatever. It's not like a big deal. But I think with Andrew, it's a big deal because we all know that if he was debating someone who had that situation, and he didn't, he would bring it up and rub it in their face and attack them with it and be like, you're living some kind of horrible, immoral lifestyle. Look how cucked you are. You're such a cuck loser, you know, blah, 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 blah. Like this would be red meat for him to go after if it was his opponent.
Yeah. And if he was in a relationship where he
That
was,
didn't-
yeah, where this wasn't his backstory, obviously, I think he'd
Right.
be using it more and more and more. He'd be up on his moral high horse.
Right.
That's
And
my
then-
impression of the situation. So
Yeah. And then the second element of which again, it's always, it's like, okay, if people have these situations, that's fine. Just don't be so judgmental yourself. The hypocrisy of these people that are like so hyper judgmental, and then you find out like their life story is like marred with all this crazy shit going on. But
right.
and then the second element is that it's so obvious that he gets ultra mega triggered because the second now I haven't seen this rest of this debate, so I don't know if he'd been calling her a dyke the whole time. The second she brings it up, he just is like a switch just flips. He's like, "You're a dyke. You're licking ditches in the dike." Blah 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 blah. It's like, bro, first of all, calm down. Okay, it looks so bad. It's so obviously you got triggered. It looks so terrible. You know, completely that you got so ultra ass mad about this. But then secondly, like, who gives a fuck if someone's a lesbian? Really? That's the big insult? Oh, you're a lesbian. You've licked a vagina before. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Like, lesbians are are hot. They don't give a fuck. Oh, lesbian is so terrible.
Yeah, she accuses him of not living by his professed ideology.
Yeah.
And he turns around and insults her by living by her professed ideology. It's like,
That's
what?
a good point.
What?
That's a good point.
How dare you go against my
Yes.
ideology and
Yes.
live by your ideology?
Oh,
Well, don't you understand the charge was you're not living by your own ideology?
right.
That's what makes the charge sting, okay? It's a charge of hypocrisy.
I know.
It's not what you're doing wrong. Because look, I don't see what you're doing as wrong. And I think she even made a follow-up video saying, look, I don't see what he's doing as wrong.
Right.
I think what he's doing is hypocritical. And Andrew Wilson, I mean, I don't think he's a good avatar for Christianity. Not the Christianity that I think is good for society. It's difficult for me because obviously everyone knows I'm an atheist, but I think Christianity is a positive force in people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think I was raised Christian, and I think Christianity was a positive force in my life because I think I learned the values of Christianity, honesty, humility, things like that. And I think I do them reflexively because of my upbringing. So I think that's a good thing. I think if people wanted to raise their kids Christian, I wouldn't have a problem with that, even though I don't necessarily believe it's true in the strictest sense. So I don't, but Andrew Wilson, he just, all of those values that I feel I learned from Christianity, humility, like humility is probably the biggest one. Do you think Andrew Wilson has any humility whatsoever? I don't think so.
Not that I've seen.
Yeah. I don't think
No.
he's a good avatar for Christianity. I don't think so at all. So
No. Well, it's interesting. I feel like there's like two different, I mean, there's multiple, but there's two like very big vibes of Christianity, which is kind of like the guy who's kind of like embodying the vibe of what you're talking about, like forgiveness and humility, and I would say even like slightly a little bit more like,
selflessness, helping
kind of-
others,
I don't want to use the word like hippie 'cause
raising
it's
another
not,
man's children.
but it's more like I don't know what the word is. Like I feel like it's like the peaceful side of Christianity, like the positive vibe of Christianity almost. And then there's like the aggressive negative vibe, which is like it's funny because it used to be back in the day, you'd kind of have the envisioned of like the church Karen, who is like, the naggy woman who's like, wagging her finger in your face and smacking you with the Bible, like,
Yeah, exactly.
listen to that rock music and play those video games and look at that pornography while you whack off that weasel. You're going to go to hell for your sins.
You ditch licker.
You ditch licker. Yeah, those lesbians. They're coming around with their loud rock music and their piercings and their black pants. These lesbians everywhere corrupting the children. It's interesting because
finger wagging.
It's so fascinating because I really like the Karen ideal, like the platonic ideal, okay, of the Karen used to be, I feel like in the 80s and 90s, more like I said, like political correctness came up in the 90s too.
It's completely jumped to the other side of the political spectrum.
Right.
Yeah.
It felt like it was like very much like a Christian conservative lady who would be the Karen. And now it's kind of like flip-flopped. And it's interesting because like Wilson and I think a lot of these other people are like, they kind of embody that exact spirit of the church Karen, but since they're a guy, it comes off differently, right? It kind of like it hits you differently. Like they're still saying all the same things. They have the same belief system, but I guess because they're like a male and they're saying it in like a more masculine, aggressive way, people just don't perceive it through that lens of the Karen energy.
Right.
Okay, well, I gotta go back. I want to hear this. I gotta hear this from.
Yeah, I know. You want to hear it again?
This is so amazing.
Look at the guy sitting in the background. Look at his face when he
his face.
when he calls her when he calls her stupid.
Yes.
He's like, oh, but then she goes and Wilson loses it, and he's like, really, it goes to the next level. It's great.
Right.
So Andrew, can I sell you on my worldview?
Yes.
Oh no, you gotta back it up a little more.
Oh, okay.
I think it's about here.
In this day and age, I don't know. That gets tricky. I wouldn't trust Donald Trump to.
Are they going to
show up.
send California agents to arrest the president of the United States, do you think?
We could send the National Guard and start a civil war. Our National Guard, the California National Guard. But that would be treason.
So I'll try to rephrase this. I'm going to reframe. And
That's a good performance to hit your head on the microphone like that. So you get the nice little thump sound.
going to be totally
the
honest
performative,
with you.
I'm dealing with an idiot here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's too bad because like I don't even know what they're talking about, but that looked like that would have been the viral clip if not for.
All of these debates, all they traffic in is reputation destruction. That's all they care about.
It's
they really
clip
don't
farming,
care. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's hilarious to me. So that's the game you're playing. It's just obviously she's going to play the same game.
I will never be able to convince you of my worldview.
You won't.
I know. But the reason is not because I'm not a great orator or I don't make good points or I haven't said things which should be compelling to a person.
Boy, the humility. It just wafts off of him, huh? Humble. Can you imagine Jesus saying this? The reason you don't follow me is because you're all fucking idiots. Can't you imagine? Sermon on the Mount.
Yeah.
Reimagined.
But Charlie, I just think honestly you're too fucking stupid to understand them.
So Andrew, can I sell you on my worldview?
Yes.
Your wife has 3 baby daddies and has been married twice before.
And you and
Under
Look at the guy in the background. Look at the guy in the back.
Oh no.
He's like, holy shit.
And you lick sniz.
Under your religion.
You lick sniz.
What is that?
You're a fucking dyke. Don't talk shit about my wife, you stupid bitch. Shut your fucking mouth. Shut your stupid bitch mouth.
Your wife with the 3 baby
What did I just say? Dyke?
Your wife with the 3
Sorry,
baby
I'm sorry,
daddies?
dyke. Is she morally inconsequential in comparison to your ditch licking?
Do the men that you try to
Do the women that you try
show
to
your hatred against?
Do you the women
they,
that you try
convince
to
them that they shouldn't?
You know,
like,
Charlie, did I
pursue
bring
women? Do they know
Charlie,
that
did I bring
wife
your
is 5
family?
years-
This is like a tactic. He's just trying to get her to stop talking.
I know.
It's like he's terrified of what she's going to say.
I know.
She's like, oh no, how much more does she know?
That's what's so, I mean, it's so bad too because it's very transparent what's happening.
If he wouldn't have done any of this, I don't know the clip goes viral.
That's it would have, but it probably it would have been much less, right?
I don't
if you
think
just
so.
dismissed it. No, like people would have just shared it. People would have shared it, but it wouldn't have been like exploded because people would just been like, oh,
If he had no emotional reaction whatsoever,
Right.
you still think people would have shared it? They would
Yeah,
have shared him maybe calling her stupid, but she had no reaction to her being called stupid.
right.
Yeah.
Older.
Did I bring any of your
You
family
called me
into
fucking
anything?
stupid.
Did I
You
say
called
anything
me
about
fucking
your
stupid.
family being stupid, Charlie?
could.
It's
You could
because
go
I'm
for it.
better than you, Charlie.
No, it's
And then he goes to the Anna Kasparian line. What's up with that?
Oh,
What's up with that? That's an oldie but a goodie, remember? Anna Kasparian?
I'm better than
I'm
you.
better than you.
No, Andrew, no. Never say that ever in a debate. God,
You know
It's-
what Jesus often said to people?
I'm better than you.
I'm better than you. That's the
I'm the
mantra
son of God.
Jesus.
I'm better than you.
Jesus didn't die for your sins. Jesus died so he could tell you, I'm better than you, fucker. That's right, you fucker. I'm better than you.
Oh, well, and also it's, when we talk a lot about like, the stereotypical masculine and feminine traits, he's definitely embodying the more stereotypically negative feminine traits of being emotional, getting upset, kind of the narcissism. I'm better than you. Where she'd be embodying more of-
Reputation destruction is
Right.
the signature move of women. Of women. Women are the ones that go out and say, oh, you slut. Oh, that dirty little slut.
Right.
They try to destroy other women's reputations.
Right. And she's definitely more embodying the stoicism, the masculine stoicist energy.
because you're embarrassed and you know that the traditional values that you try to sell people
Okay.
on are bullshit because
Let's
you
go
are not
through
a
it.
traditional man.
Chuck, let's go through it.
You are not a traditional
Let's
man.
go through it, Chuck. Tell me what I'm doing which is immoral.
What you're doing, which is immoral.
Yeah.
I think that you have been complicit in convincing young men that.
No. My family dynamic. What am I doing? Being married to my
I don't
wife.
think it's immoral.
Then why? So then.
Under my
So all
worldview,
you did.
that's perfectly
So wait,
acceptable.
Chuck. All you're doing is saying. So Chuck, shouldn't you actually be saying that Andrew? You're doing a good thing.
I'm
Hang on,
selling you
Charlie.
on
I just want to
my
make sure I got this
worldview?
right. Am I doing a good thing? Am I doing?
He's doing the thing where, God, we really need a name for this. Or maybe a name for this exists. So a name for this exists, chat, let me know. It's the millennial woes tweet where people pretend like they don't understand the point when they obviously understand the point. They're just pretending they don't understand it so they can, change the conversation to some different subject. Like everyone knows what she's saying. Everyone understands. It's like, well, no, she's saying you're a hypocrite. And he's like, no, what am I doing? I'm not doing anything wrong. What am I doing?
Yeah.
Doing
By
good thing?
what? Do you think your wife is a charity
By
case?
taking care of children who weren't mine. Was I doing a good thing? Whose fathers abandoned them? Was I doing a good thing?
Yeah, you're doing a good thing.
Oh, okay. Well then, Chuck, why did you use that as a form of personal attack on me? Even though you think I'm a good person doing a good thing.
I'm convincing you of my worldview.
You're very convincing, Chuck.
Under my worldview,
I'm a good person.
you can marry your wife and no one would judge you.
I don't
Oh shit! This is a great argument. Holy shit! What is this? A fantastic argument she's making. Oh my god! This is incredible.
I wasn't paying attention. What was
I
the
know.
argument
Wait, go listen to
Doing a
this.
good thing.
I'm convincing you of my worldview.
You're very convincing, Chuck.
Under my worldview,
I'm a good person.
you can marry your wife and no one would judge you, and you can raise the children that aren't yours and no one would judge you.
No, they would
But
still
under
judge me,
your-
Chuck.
Under your worldview,
Yeah.
that would not be so. Christian nationalists,
Yeah, what
divorce
about
isn't
it?
even acceptable.
Do you?
Okay. Defeated.
Holy shit!
Completely defeated.
Holy shit! That's
Completely.
incredible. That's a great
Completely.
fucking point. Oh my god.
Yeah. Wow.
Dill. Holy shit.
Destroyed.
Jesus. How dare you bring that up? I'm just saying, if you followed me, what you did would be totally fine and no one would care. But under what you preach, the ideology you preach, what you did would be made fun of and thought of as gross. So I don't know. What are you advocating for here exactly? Doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Man.
God damn. That's devastating.
He
Holy shit.
Andrew knows why this is considered gross anyway.
Of course.
Yeah.
You understand what Christianity is? Do you think
Yes,
that?
I was
do you
raised
think?
Christian. Were you?
Yeah, I was.
Protestant.
Yes, I was.
Of course. See, this is
You don't. I'm sorry.
because the Protestant spirit is still in you.
Oh, it is.
It hasn't left, man.
Is the Catholic
hasn't
spirit
left.
still in you?
I wasn't raised Catholic.
Then what are you talking about?
I was raised
Wait, he's Catholic?
He is Catholic now, but
Oh,
look,
shit.
I was raised, well, I was raised Baptist. Baptist is a variant of Protestant, so.
Right. But I mean,
Yeah.
listen, I say this as a non-Christian. Aren't the Catholics a lot more
Snooty?
anti-divorce about? Yeah, I thought they're a lot more anti-divorce than the Protestants are.
I'm not sure I could give you a good take on that. In our church, divorce was obviously super frowned on, so I don't know if it
Well,
was
I think
more or less frowned.
Right.
Like, I don't think any of the churches are in favor of divorce. So
No, he's East Orthodox, says the chat. Okay, I don't know anything about
Oh.
East Orthodox.
it's even more stringent.
I have no clue.
Yeah.
I was raised Protestant.
Okay, you were raised Protestant?
Yeah.
So why would you fucking criticize me for
Because
that?
It's the thing that Protestants do when they convert to like Orthodox or Catholic is they get really into the idea.
Look, now he's a peaceful little bear here. She's completely domesticated him overnight.
Interesting.
He's like, oh, maybe I won't call her stupid anymore.
Mhm.
Now that she pulled out the rocket power grenade and shot me in the face, maybe I'll be nice. Maybe
It's
this is
like
the time to be nice.
There's so one in the chat. It's so funny. They're doing the exact thing that Andrew's doing. Where they're like, "What? I don't understand. I don't understand what you guys are. Why are you guys being so ignorant? I don't understand her point. What do you mean? Why is she criticizing? Why is she criticizing him? She laid it out so clearly. You understand.
Mhm.
You in the chat, you understand so clearly. She said it so crystal clear. Under my worldview, your actions would be acceptable. The ones that you actually live, but under the things that you preach, the actions that you've taken would be made fun of and frowned upon. You'd be called a cuck and a loser. That makes you a hypocrite. Everyone understands this. Don't play games. Stop playing games.
People were already sharing T-shirts that said Andrew Wilson's face and it said third in line. What do you think they mean by that? What do you think they mean by third in line? Do you think it's the feminists that are sharing the third in line T-shirts?
Listen, they mean that there's God, Jesus, and then Andrew third in line. Okay,
my God.
obviously that's what they mean. That's
You're
the
too
only
nice.
thing that they mean.
You're
all
too
right?
nice, Sitch. You are
Yes.
embodying the spirit of Jesus Christ right now. You are definitely doing that. No, they mean, look, as any guy would rather marry a woman who is a virgin or doesn't have kids, you don't want to marry a woman that's got 2 kids by 2 other guys, right?
Mhm.
There's a hierarchy here.
Sure.
So look, and that's like I said, people do the best that they can in the marriage market,
Right.
and I don't begrudge them that. What she's saying is, in her worldview, other people shouldn't begrudge them that.
Right.
I think Andrew Wilson is arguing, which this is tough because obviously I'm in favor of what Andrew Wilson argues about people probably shouldn't be so promiscuous so that their marriages are more stable, right?
Right.
But a lot of people might argue, and I think a lot of people, there's probably been a lot of psychological research on this, that marriages are more stable if they're like a first marriage over a second marriage or a third marriage with other kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is true statistically. Yeah.
Right.
But
it's so interesting because Andrew Wilson is saying, aren't I doing a good thing by taking care of these kids from a previous marriage? And it's easy for me to say, yes, you are doing a good thing, but it really depends upon how you treat those kids, right? And I know nothing about that, right? I've seen a bunch of research that shows step-parents do not treat their stepchildren as good as they treat their biological parents. And I think the red pill guys are the ones that are all sharing those studies over and over and over again. Probably a huge fan base for this whatever podcast is the people that share those studies all the time. They're like, if you, if you're bringing children into a second marriage, the stepdad is likely to beat those kids. That's something they say all the time.
Well, wait, to be clear, because I haven't read these studies. I'm assuming they didn't say that they're likely to beat their children. That they're more likely to beat their children than a biological parent.
Sure. There are plenty.
There
are plenty of great step parents out there.
Like 51%.
Thank you for the correction, Sitch, because that's exactly right. 99% of step parents beat the fuck out of that little fucker.
Right.
No, but look, this is where the wicked stepsisters come from in the Disney stories, right?
Right, of course.
Obviously, right? It's the parents that bring in this stepchild.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously everyone beats on them. So
builds character.
It does. It's great character building.
That's how you get good musicians and good stories, good authors.
Well, I don't know. Okay? Well, I don't know. We can move on. I don't know how much more of this you want to watch.
We can move on. That's pretty amazing. But yeah, that was good. That was a good clip. Oh my God. Incredible.
Definitely.
Okay. All right. What should we watch should we watch the Trump Mamdani meeting that everyone was so excited about?
Well, I put everything in the playlist, so you got no problem. We can click on the full meeting here. I don't know if you have timestamps for it, if you just want to watch some of it.
No, I only saw a handful of clips. I saw people were so excited about this. So I am curious to see if is it worthy of the excitement? Because like a lot of the conversation was, oh my God, they're so cordial and nice. They're so cool with each other. And I don't know, to me, it seems kind of silly because you know, and I know, and I assume most people watching this know that Mamdani is going to go back to New York, and there's going to be some issue with, New York City is a sanctuary city, and there's going to be some deportation conflict, and Mamdani is going to be attacking Trump and calling him a fascist. And I know that's comes up in this conversation. And it's just, I don't know. To me, I feel like a lot of these like good vibes that people are like talking about cultivating in this meeting, I think is all just kayfabe, or it's all just going to disappear the second there's some sort of conflict.
All right, let's watch.
Oh, hold on. J-Mac, thank you so much. J-Mac for the $20 says, now you guys know me and my money are 100% USA, baby. All those dirty rumors can finally be put to rest. That's right. We know J-Mac is not actually in India or Pakistan.
That's right.
I would recommend everyone that if you follow anyone on X and you've never heard them speak and seen their face, you should assume that they're probably Indian. They're probably an Indian. Okay. That includes me. You should probably assume from now on until you ever see my face that I am actually a secret Indian in India commenting on American politics.
Some people in the chat are super triggered over the Andrew Wilson stuff. So,
well, that makes sense. He was super triggered too.
I don't want to get Andrew Wilson's positions wrong. I really have no desire to bring Andrew Wilson on because Andrew Wilson has shown no level of respect for anyone ever that I have seen.
Right.
So I mean, I don't want to get in some slap fight with Andrew Wilson. Mm-hmm. And I saw Andrew Wilson did some sort of debate challenge to me where he said in the debate challenge that he watched some debate with me and Sargon where he said, he claimed in that debate that I said that the Mongols didn't have any sort of hierarchical structure. Sitch, do you think I would ever say something like that? Doesn't that sound retarded?
That does sound pretty retarded.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't want to misrepresent Andrew Wilson. I think Andrew Wilson misrepresents people all the time and has no problem doing it. So,
okay, I don't agree. It's hard to want to. and this is kind of why they do it on purpose. There's like the people that do the debates who, I mean, we've talked to a lot of people and we've had a lot of quote debates with a shit ton of people, but there are people that intentionally, when they go into these debate conversations, Vosh, I think, was very clearly one of these people on the left
who tries to trigger people. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like the
that's his
intention,
goal.
right? Yeah. The goal is just to be as like fucking rude, as obnoxious as possible, and to get the clip as possible, so that when you criticize them for something stupid they said or did, they go, "Oh, debate me, debate me, debate me." And you're like, "Well, I don't really want to, because that sounds incredibly unpleasant." And then they go, "Oh, how dare you? How dare you criticize me without wanting to debate this person who acts like a fucking unhinged lunatic on the internet?"
Yeah. Not only that, I mean, I consider myself a pro-Christian atheist. So what are we even debating? If he wants to go out and convince people that they should lead a Christian life, that they should marry their high school sweetheart and have kids and stay married forever, I'm in favor of that. Like,
Right.
go for it. So, and I would encourage, look, I consider myself on the left. Sitch considers himself on the left. I encourage people on the left to live a more prudent, Christian-like lifestyle, even if they may not be Christians. So I don't know why he wants to destroy my reputation when I'm out there trying to do some good in the world, right? It doesn't make much sense to me. Why does he hate me? What did I do?
Squeeze Louise for $20 says Andrew Wilson is gay, and so are the Packers.
Is he really?
Fuck the Packers. Adam, go to church. All are welcome except Packers fans. Christianity is based and cool except the Packers. What happened with the Packers?
I think Andrew was I think Andrew Wilson was upset that I said he was an authoritarian. Now, I think of an authoritarian as someone who would impose their personal beliefs on people with force if they had the opportunity to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Andrew Wilson would do that, Sitch? Or do you think he would show restraint? Wait, is
he saying he wouldn't?
If Andrew Wilson says he would never do that, then I won't call him an authoritarian.
Okay.
Look, I don't want to misrepresent people. Sitch and I, neither one of us want to misrepresent people. So
I mean, I like misrepresenting people
a
little bit.
Oh my God, Sitch. Clip it. Clip it.
Is it funny? That's the rule. If it's funny, then maybe you can misrepresent.
I mean, we did go the tomboy abs was a thing for quite some time. So maybe we're guilty. Maybe we are actually guilty. I just look.
I'm not saying that I single-handedly made Academic Agent hate the Jews, but
I got no problems with Andrew Wilson. Andrew Wilson can keep on keeping on. Andrew Wilson is like a much bigger internet personality than either of us now. So he's achieved his ultimate goal. Obviously,
good for
this
him.
clip going viral is going viral because I think people detect a slight bit of triggering / hypocrisy going on.
Of course, when you get triggered, people are going to pounce on it because they know it bothers you. Especially if you get triggered and you're like the person who normally does the triggering. Because then when you're that person,
my God.
You've created like an army of enemies or people that don't like you. So the second you fuck up, everyone pounces, or even just the trolls. The people just love the troll people and just they just get off on him.
Why is everyone saying the chat is so triggered? And there's
only like a couple people. There's like literally only like a handful of people.
So these are just big Andrew Wilson fans.
Yeah, who cares?
Look, we never cover Andrew Wilson on the show. Obviously, this clip is going massively viral.
Let them be fat and mad and chat, about the hypocrisy of the boy they want to defend. Okay, they can white knight for him as much as they want. They can get a little triggered. They get a little mad. It's fine. Everyone gets mad. Okay, I've got mad. You've got mad. Andrew Wilson got big mad. It's okay. People get mad.
I love it.
So I don't follow any football, but it looks like the Green Bay Packers annihilated the Minnesota Vikings. So I'm so sorry for you.
Oh, is that what happened? Oh,
yes.
That's why they're really triggered.
Oh my God, just destroying them. So there you go.
So is that
Become
good
the
enough?
Night.
Go ahead.
Become the Night for $20. Says Catholic here who works in apologetics. Catholics do not endorse divorce. Some Eastern Orthodox churches permit some divorces. It's complicated. That's what I thought. That was my understanding as not a Christian.
So then is it okay to marry a woman that's been divorced twice? Or is that like a not Catholic thing?
I don't know. Well, he said if he's Eastern Orthodox, I guess it would be dependent on whatever church he is. When you say you work in apologetics, what does that mean?
I just look,
exactly?
and I just think Andrew Wilson is a bad representative for the kind of Christianity I believe in. So,
Mhm.
but other people, obviously, there's a million different sects of Christianity. So people are saying, look, Adam's a horrible judge of Christianity. Christianity is this. And I just, that's naive. That's completely naive to think that
Right.
Christianity is one thing. Obviously,
Mhm.
there are super conservative Christian churches. There are super liberal Christian churches. So it's a wide variety of people's belief in Christianity. I like Christianity because it stops people from lying, from cheating on their spouses, from killing innocent people, right? For being more, it keeps people more respectful of other people. That hasn't worked on Andrew Wilson. You know, maybe it will sometime. Maybe Andrew Wilson will actually start respecting other people.
Mhm.
We'll see. Maybe Andrew Wilson will learn humility one day. He'll be humble about his station in life, about his
Okay.
place in life, his
Mm.
place in life,
Mm.
not his place in wife's.
Mhm. Okay.
You're not a Christian, Adam. What the fuck are you talking about? See, look at
Mhm.
that. Everybody's like,
It's fine. Listen, it's fine. Become Nice says I produce for a Catholic apologist. I know, I know what the word apologist means, but that's like the worst word. We need a better word, right? It sounds so awful. Like I know it doesn't necessarily mean something bad. I guess it doesn't really ever necessarily mean anything bad, but it always sounds bad, right? Like we need a better word for this term, don't we?
definitely, yes.
Yes.
Well, come up with one.
Just say no, you don't want to say simp. Never mind. That's a bad word too.
Simp.
I don't know. You can figure it out. You guys can
From
figure out a better word.
apologetics to simp.
No, that's a terrible one. You're right. What am I talking about? Fucking retarded.
I mean, it's hilarious. Yeah.
I know. I know.
I got it.
What?
Mega simps.
No.
What do you
It needs
think?
to be like
Biblical mega simps.
like
Come
base
on.
supporter, right? Be like, I'm a Catholic, a base supporter. I'm a Catholic explainer or something. I don't know. Do something better than apologetics. This is it's a terrible word.
Oh yeah.
Come the Night says for $5, I produce for a Catholic apologist. Apologetics equals defending a position. Yeah, I know. I know what it means. It just never hits the brain good. You could say debater. Oh, interesting. Catholic debater. I don't know. We'll workshop it. You gotta figure it out here. Okay. I gotta figure it out here.
Oh, that's definitely
Violet
good.
Van Gogh for $20 says the distinction is super simple. Andrew is against promiscuity. His wife is not promiscuous. Her intention was to stay with her two former partners, but one was mentally unwell and the other violently beat her. Ouch. Well, the problem isn't that. And I don't actually believe that that's necessarily the whole picture, Violet Van Gogh. If that was Andrew Wilson's just position, is like, listen, I'm against promiscuity, but if women get into relationships with guys who are creeps, sometimes that happens and that's totally understandable. And, you just have to move away from those relationships. If he said, if that clip exists, you could send it to me. Okay. I would be shocked if it exists. I think you are fooling yourself if you're going to tell me that if Andrew Wilson was debating someone and they weren't living his exact position and he was mad at them, he wouldn't immediately throw that in their face and make fun of them. That seems silly to me.
Right.
So, anyway, Toxic Mix, thanks so much for the $50. Says, while Andrew certainly looked bad in there, I often disagree with his tact. Quote, you are a simp to raise another man's kids is more of a red pill manosphere take than Christian nationalism. Though there's crossover, they clash on many issues. Well, I'd be interested if you have a clip of Andrew Wilson debating some red pill person about you guys shouldn't call people that raise stepchildren cucks or something like that. Feel free to send it to me. I'd be curious to see.
Yeah, we would never do that.
I've defended
stepdads
very strongly on this channel the concept of people of step parents and people raising other people's kids to and against red pillars.
That's what's
weird.
People.
That's what's weird too, is because I that was like, I don't know, that might have been like 2 or 3 years ago. It was a while ago.
Tamolo Rossi, what was that guy's name? He came on and was talking about the stepdad thing.
Right. But and this is, I think this is where like some of the weirdness and why, like, and it, to be completely fair, I know I'm trying to be funny here, but to be completely fair, again, I don't know exactly Andrew Wilson's position on it, so maybe it's unfair to throw at him. But the way that a lot of this ecosystem works is that people exist in genres or they exist in spheres, and those spheres have a bunch of opinions associated with them, and you swim in those circles. And so if Andrew Wilson's swimming in this red pill circle, and for years we've heard from the red pill sphere how much of a loser you are if you go out with a woman who, you know, touched another dick, how much of a cuck you are if you're going out with a woman who has other children, blah, 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 blah. And so that's why it hits that way. And, you know, you could say maybe that's not fair to him, but you have to acknowledge that's why it hits that way. Everyone obviously feels that, and that's why the clip went so viral.
Well, the whole structure of the show is going after women who are slutty and claiming that the whole marriage market is destroyed because of all these slutty women.
Right.
That you can't find a woman who hasn't been with 20 other guys that has a high body count that you can marry.
Sure.
Yeah. So I just like, obviously
when having 2 other kids from 2 other men, that probably like having like sex with someone and having a child for someone probably adds to the body count number in different ways, right?
Well, and anyone will point out, they'll say, look, if you're in a situation with a man who's crazy, you're a bad chooser. Your job is choosing a good, faithful husband, right?
Right.
True. You don't marry someone that's going to beat your kids or going to beat you, right?
Right.
That's the second stepdad, right? He's the one that beat her.
Well, that's when you get in the weird, like, anti-divorce conversation, which is a whole nother conversation.
Right. And I don't think Andrew Wilson had 4 girls lined up, right? He had a super hot 17-year-old virgin.
Well, he should have.
And he was saying, or 18-year-old virgin. Let's keep it clean here, right? He had a super hot 18-year-old virgin, and he had someone else in their 20s that had never had sex. He had all these different options, right? And he's like, look, I'm feeling magnanimous. I'm going to go with a woman that has 2 ex-husbands and 2 other kids because I'm feeling generous with my life. That's what I want to do. I want to really help these other people. Do you think that's the case, Sitch?
I would assume not, no.
Yeah, probably not.